Top 10 things to do in Melbourne, 2025. Melbourne is a city of cool contradictions. Laneway graffiti and historic arcades. World-class coffee and AFL footy fans. High fashion and punk rock. Rooftop bars and sprawling parks. Often called Australia's cultural capital. It's a place where creativity pulses through every street and corner cafe. Whether you're here to live, work or explore, these are the top 10 things to do in Melbourne for 2025. Number 10. Stroll through the Royal Botanic Gardens, a peaceful retreat in the heart of the city. The Royal Botanic Gardens are more than just a green space. They're a living museum of plants from around the world. Enjoy a boat ride on Ornamental Lake, follow walking trails past themed gardens like the Fern Gully or the Australian Forest Walk, or join one of the Aboriginal heritage tours. Relaxed, green and serene, the ultimate inner city escape that attracts joggers, picnickers and wellness seekers where it's located. South Yarra, near the Yarra River, when to visit. Morning or late afternoon cost. Free. Number 9. Catch a live gig at a local music venue. Melbourne's live music culture is woven into its soul. From legendary dive bars and indie dens to jazz cellars and punk clubs, music fans can catch a show nearly every night of the week. The scene is gritty, passionate and refreshingly unpolished. Gritty, loud and authentic. You're not just hearing music, you're feeling Melbourne's heartbeat where it's located. Fitzroy, Richmond and Northcote, when to visit. Evenings, especially Thursdays to Saturdays, cost $10, $30 AUD depending on the act. Number 8. Ride the Colonial tramcar restaurant. This unique fine dining experience aboard a restored Colonial era tram lets you enjoy a gourmet meal while gliding through the city's lit up boulevards. Expect attentive service, vintage decor, and a romantic ambience that harks back to another era. Vibe, vintage, romantic, and unforgettable. The perfect date night on rails where it's located. Departs from near the Melbourne Arts Centre. When to visit? Dinner hours, book ahead. Cost $100, $150 AUD per person. Number 7. Visit the National Gallery of Victoria, NGV's Time and Culture, and do masterpieces and modern marvels. The NGV Bridges Time and Culture. Its blockbuster exhibitions often bring global buzz, while its permanent collections showcase European classics, Asian artifacts, and homegrown talent. Vibe, stylish, thoughtful, and inspiring, where art lovers and curious wanderers come to lose time. Where it's located: St Kilda Road, Melbourne CBD. When to visit? Weekday afternoons to avoid crowds. Cost: free for general entry, paid for special exhibitions. Number 6. Eat your way through Queen Victoria Market since 1878. This open-air market has been a feast for the senses. From gourmet delicatessens and artisan cheese stalls to sizzling street food and multicultural flavours, QVM is where Melbourne's diverse food scene comes alive. Vibe, bustling, multicultural and flavourful, a culinary crossroad of old-school charm and global bites. Where it's located: Elizabeth St Melbourne CBD. When to visit? Mornings or during night markets, wet evenings. Cost: free to enter. Food costs vary. Number 5. Explore street art in the laneways, a kaleidoscope of colour and commentary. Melbourne's laneways transform public walls into public voice. Beyond Hosier Lane's fame, you'll find intricate murals, political stencils, and surprising bursts of artistry tucked between alleyways. Vibe, edgy, expressive, and ever-changing, where rebellion meets beauty. Where it's located: throughout the CBD. When to visit? Daytime for photos, evening for atmosphere. Cost: free. Number 4. Watch a game at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, MCG. The MCG is more than a stadium. It's a cathedral of Australian sport. Whether you're screaming with footy fans or soaking in a historic cricket match, the sheer scale and passion on display is iconic. Vibe, electric, patriotic and crowd-packed. Raw Aussie spirit in every cheer. Where it's located: Yarra Park, East Melbourne. When to visit? Check event schedules. Weekends are best. Cost: $20, $50 AUD depending on the event. Number 3. Take a day trip to the Great Ocean Road Drive, one of the most stunning coastal routes in the world. Curving along the cliffs of southern Victoria, this journey features rugged surf beaches, dense rainforest, and dramatic rock formations like the 12 Apostles. Wildlife sightings and quaint beach towns add charm. Vibe, adventurous, scenic, and photogenic. The road trip you'll never forget. Where it's located: starts about 1.5 hours from Melbourne. When to visit? Early morning start. spring or fall for best weather. Cost $1.50. $100 AUD for group tours, hire for private trips. Number 2. Drink coffee in a hidden laneway cafe. Melbourne's coffee culture is a ritual. Seek out tiny, tucked away espresso bars and third wave coffee shops serving perfect flat whites and filter brews. Each cafe has its own personality and loyal locals to match. Vibe, cozy, caffeine-fueled and delightfully local, sipping where the city breathes. Where it's located, CBD laneways in neighbourhoods like Carlton and Fitzroy. When to visit, mornings or lazy afternoons. Cost $4, $6 AUD per coffee number 1. Sunset at St Kilda Beach and pier. A classic Melbourne evening includes golden hour at St Kilda. Enjoy a breezy stroll along the boardwalk, watch the kite surfers, or sit on the sand with fish and chips as the sky turns pastel. Don't miss the penguins who appear at dusk under the pier. Vibe, chill, coastal and community driven. A sunset ritual beloved by locals. Where it's located, St Kilda, south of the city centre. When to visit, late afternoon to evening. Cost free. Honourable mentions: Luna Park, Melbourne. Historic amusement park with vintage rides and a creepy smiling entryway. State Library of Victoria. Beautiful reading dome and great. Exhibitions, Chinatown, Melbourne. One of the oldest in the world with amazing Eats Melbourne Museum and IMAX. Great for families and science lovers. Fitzroy Gardens. Victorian landscaping in Captain Cook's Cottage, Eureka. Sky deck, epic skyline views and the heart-pounding edge glass cube South Melbourne Market. Oysters, dim sum and gourmet bites in a cosy local market. ACMI, Australian Centre for the Moving Image. Interactive exhibits on film, video games and digital culture. Abbotsford Convent. Arts Hub, galleries, wellness classes and riverside picnics. Royal Exhibition Building and Carlton Gardens. UNESCO listed and steeped in 19th century grandeur. Final thoughts. Melbourne rewards curiosity. It's a city where the best experiences often happen when you stray off the main path. Whether you're sipping flat whites, gallery hopping, or chasing waves down the coast, there's something magnetic about its mix of culture, nature, and grit. A place you don't just visit, but start to feel like a local in before you know it.